Hello, welcome, Windy City Savage, up and live, fresh at it. Let's go. Introduce yourself.
Guys, it is me, it is Appointment Man SG3. How y'all doing tonight, man?
Alrighty, let's get into the news. And the news is who won the war? All Out or Wrestlepalooza. Last Saturday, we had two PLEs back to back. One started a bit earlier, around 3 o'clock. And we already know that one PLE is All Out. Since counter programming is a thing now with WWE, WWE decided to counter program Wrestlepalooza to All Outs. So Tony Khan obviously had to make a business decision and said, you know what, I have to go earlier, cater to the fans, cater to the UK crowd. Uh, and so he did. And, either way, you're never going to win this, debate when it comes to like, to my eyes, they're going to say, oh, well, he backed out. Well, look, I get it, but the smaller company, they got to do what they got to do. So, yeah, they started early. After that, we went to Wrestlepalooza. Well, it was a long day of wrestling for me. Look, man, overall, I really thought AEW All Out was the better show. Now I'm not gonna say by a lot, but I mean compared to Wrestlepalooza, for what Wrestlepalooza was supposed to be, really disappointed. Like there was just nothing about it that seemed like a quality PLE. And now they're talking about. At first, they were talking about this is gonna be like the next big four, meaning your next big five. You're going to have your Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Wrestlepalooza. But guess what? It wasn't it. It wasn't it at all. And in the beginning, too, I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, Triple H opened up and said, we're at WWE's final form. What that meant, I don't know. Because if this is their final form, damn, this is sad. Because honestly, they just blew it big time. And we were gonna get surprises and all this stuff that night. That's what he said, obviously, during this little promo. So he's got to be in the center of attention when it comes to these things to open up and kick off the show. Honestly, I just thought it was a lot disappointing. It just seemed like an average SmackDown episode. It did not seem that great. The matches were the only good match was Io, Sky, and Stephanie, which obviously Stephanie did win. Congrats. But still, like that was really just one of your saving grace match. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I gave it like a C minus just because of that match. And the tag team was decent. The tag team match was all right. And honestly, I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy Cena versus Brock. Didn't make sense at all. What do you think?
So, to add to your topic, here's the worst part. ESPN was not impressed with it.
Well,
ESPN gave them a C minus grade.
well, we're gonna go into details about that, and we're gonna go into details, obviously, with that. But what do you think, dude? Kicking off with Brock versus Cena, what do you thought?
Desperation move.
It seems
It,
stupid.
it was a desperation move, but also on top of that, those aside from it being desperation, the way Brock won,
Looks stupid to me.
it was like they should have done a stipulation. I read a Bleach Report, like after I watched the match, I read a Bleach Report article about it. Bleach Report said this could be a possibility for a rematch. I
Now,
was like, why?
well, I think they announced that there was no plans for a rematch. That this was just going to be the one-off, and that's it. So put it this way: the original match was like 9 minutes worth of wrestling, if you want to call it that. Really wasn't. It was just one-sided. It was the same, I guess you could say the same SummerSlam concept of Brock destroying Cena, but it didn't make sense. Like we seen it. And not only that, but there's no more shock factor.
I mean, the
Like,
kids were shocked.
yeah, but like
Tyrese
obvious.
Halliburton was shocked. I don't know if that counts for anything.
Nah, I mean, dude, there was no shock factor overall. It just seemed kind of boring. It seemed stupid. Nothing came out of it. This is John Cena's retirement tour. And honestly, this has been one of the worst retirement tour I ever seen a wrestler get treated. And it started like John Cena, out of all people. Okay, his heel run was crap, and now we're turning him face. And look, you came off of a loss to Cody Rhodes, and that's fine, understandable. It was gonna happen. But then you come in, you get no offense in, you get squashed by Brock Lesnar yet again. Make it make sense. It doesn't. I don't
You had
see.
a no contest with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, but like none of this makes sense, dude. This has been the shittiest retirement tour I've seen a wrestler get. Sting had a better retirement tour
He
that
really
whole
did.
year. The whole year, too. When they knew he was gonna retire, they send them off in high spirits. Um, look, so report was that last minute they changed this. This was supposed to be your main event, and from your main event, open it up. And when they opened it up, the story goes that Cena was actually supposed to win. He was supposed to come out on top. Instead, we got this angle thrown in last minute where Brock gets squashed, basically. And I mean, Cena gets squashed. Same old way at SummerSlam. And now we got this piece of shit garbage match. Look, not a good way to open up Wrestlepalooza. And then after that, it took them almost 30 minutes just to see someone wrestle in the next match, which would be the tag team between the Usos and the Bronze. I don't know about that match. That was another failure, and to the fact that Jay pretty much got himself concussed was just
Yeah.
crazy.
Other than that, had to be the special ref. Why? Don't know. It just added to the rivalry, I guess. Added something. A little
mm,
bit of something. I don't know what it added, but it added something.
just seemed like, but this match seemed like you could have just showed him at a main event of Raw.
Really could have.
It's the same thing that they show every week with tag team matches. There's just a little bit of weapons. That's it. I really didn't see anything special.
I think that was referee, man. Come on, that's special.
Eh, garbage. All right, let's just skip through. EO and Stephanie was good. I'll give them that. Solid B.
Believe it or not, ESPN said that was the only saving grace for the C minus.
It was really because to me it was like a B plus match. When we had Punk and AJ versus Seth and Becky, it was good, but it wasn't as great as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was decent. I thought it was the second best match of the night. All right, and it comes down to the main event. 15 minutes of a fucking main event. Lackluster. It
True.
just never seemed like it went off. It just never did it, for me. We got a comment.
You got a comment that says, "Let's light it up," aka that's Mika. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. Hi, how are you?
Thank you. Yeah, no, honestly, like it just seemed very lackluster main event. Cody retains. The crowd kind of goes mild. And because like I don't know about you, but the crowd seemed really dead by then. They seemed like they had no what's it called? No spirits.
No
Like
more
it
motion.
it seems like they realized we just paid a ton of money to sit down for like 3 hours for 5 matches and a bunch of commercials between.
Yeah, there was so many commercials. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, for $30. Oh, definitely worth it. Um, yeah, 15 minutes of basically nonsense. There was really no story to this. None. I don't feel like this was a good story at all. Like for a company that says we create storylines, what was really the story between McIntyre and Cody Rhodes? Like it just didn't seem to click
I
at all.
wanted Drew to win, dude. I really did want Drew to win.
But
Sorry,
even
Mika.
but even then, it's like there's no storyline to it. It seemed very lackluster. Seemed so boring. Originally plans were that Cody Rhodes was actually going to lose the title. So they're saying that Randy Orton, when it came out, try to help or some way help Cody, ends up costing Cody the title. Drew picks up the win, and then we start a feud at that point.
She says Kingdom. She's a big Cody fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, not that many people left. So I'm jumping off the bandwagon. But overall, honestly, man, that would have been a lot more entertaining. That would have been a shock factor because Cody just recently wins it. Have him drop it, have him chase the title once again, and have Drew run with it for God's sakes.
He deserves a proper run as champion, dude, because he didn't get one. I mean, if you think about it, his whole championship run was during COVID. He carried the company on his back, and that's the way they're gonna say thank you to him. Nah, dude, he deserves way better than that.
I mean, dude, he's been basically WWE's #1 guy recently
for years.
Yeah, honestly, this whole PLE was lackluster. Let's go to All Out. All Out was a tad bit better. I gave it. So let's just say this: ESPN scored it a C, right?
They gave it a minus.
Minus. I agree. I don't think it was a C. I don't think it was a C plus. I think it was a C minus. Now, you read what the guy said, right? And so here's some background. Here's the controversy to all this. The guy works for ESPN, but the guy did grade All Out a ton better than WWE. Is that's not the issue. The issue is if you look into his, look at his background, he's a big mark for AEW.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole controversy going on. I agree with his ratings. I just don't agree with the tribalism, which is odd for ESPN to have someone like him on their roster. We got a comment,
We
by
have
the
to
way.
have Stephen A. Smith, who's a diehard Yankee fan. Not the point of the conversation.
That's some
So,
other shit.
WWE Movie Maker, Cena, Reigns, Knight, Punk, and Cody versus Lesnar, The Vision, Drew, Inside War Games.
Cena, Reigns, Knight, and Punk, and Cody.
Lesnar. Oh, the three of the Vision.
I don't
Drew.
think it's gonna be Drew. My guy, I don't really think it's gonna be Drew, and I'll tell you why. It doesn't seem like there's any indication that Drew might get in there. I kind of see after tonight, it's Raw and all, and you're seeing a heel version of Jay. I kind of see
I was
Jay
just about to say, I see Jay actually going
into the Vision. I don't know if he's gonna be. It's probably gonna be like the whole Brock Lesnar thing, where he's not in the Vision, but he's associated with the Vision. I think Jay's gonna be the same way. He's gonna get himself associated with the Vision, because I don't think they'll take him in. But it's War Games. We need more, more people in there.
Depending on when the movie's done, I don't see Cody, but I do see Jimmy.
I can see Jimmy actually. And instead of, let's see, you got
Cena, Reigns, Knight, Punk, Cody.
Maybe let's put it this way. Let's eliminate one guy.
I just did with Cody.
Okay, so what if you don't put Cody? What if you put Jacob Fatu? Jacob Fatu in War Games would be interesting.
Who knows if Cena's going to want to do War Games, though? So if Cena doesn't, I can see Jacob.
Because put it this way, reports were that the whole Brock and Cena was a one-off thing.
Thanks, Lord.
And they're saying that they might at least run something in Wars games. So if Brock's in it, I think Cena will be part of it too. And get his redemption.
Fatu versus Lesnar is a future WrestleMania main event.
Yeah, and honestly, they would have to do that right and put Fatu going over Lesnar, because Fatu's your future. Lesnar's, it's the past, man. But who knows? The way WWE's booking all this stuff, we might just get something crazy.
Like Lesnar winning.
Which would be another lackluster.
And squashing Fatu.
Yeah. I mean, look, AEW All Out was a bit better. I gave it a solid B. You had a lot of surprises. Edge Christian versus FTR was a pretty good match. You had Bet Phoenix, out of all people. No, Bet Copeland. Sorry, my bad. No longer going to Bet Phoenix. Bet Copeland come out, make her debut. All right. Pretty good shock factor. And then you even had her take a pile driver, in the end of the match, which was pretty awesome. I thought it was a pretty good match. You also had Tony Storms, Chris Statlander. You had the fatal four-way. You had Chris Statlander getting the shock value and winning the fucking women's title. Even Tony Storm was surprised. That was a pretty good match. Mercedes and Rio. Nah, that was a pretty shitty match.
I was like, nah. You know what's gonna happen?
Mercedes matches are kind of already. They're like, I don't know. They're already.
So you know what? Can I throw a left curveball at you for something?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I was reading one time on the wrestling forums on the internet wrestling community. You know what? This goes to everybody out there who's actually out there commenting, which appreciate your comments. But question for you guys, a question for you too. Somebody said what we're seeing right now with Mercedes Moné, win all the titles that she's won and keeping them, is more impressive than Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. How do you feel on that?
I don't know, man. Are these fans commenting?
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't give a shit. Honestly, dude, I don't really consider that in the same level. If it's a fan, that's one thing. If it's an actual reporter,
that was a fan.
Yeah, nah, just it's just I feel like it's just what's it called? Smart marks, which I don't entertain because I think it's just beyond dumb to say something stupid like that. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we got another comment.
Movie Maker. It was great to see ESPN call out for WWE for Wrestlepalooza being a mid show.
Dude, I wouldn't even call it a mid show.
It was below mid.
Yeah, I would just say it was a fucking average episode of Raw.
Because listen, they even said themselves, ESPN said, if it wasn't for the Stephanie Io match, we would have graded it lower.
Yeah, it was lackluster. Look, for this to be your top 5, and then this is basically going to be used as for our version of WrestleMania for not next year, but the year afterwards when they go to Saudi. So instead of them giving us a Mania, they're going to give us Wrestlepalooza.
Yay.
And for what it was, I don't see it as a top 5. I don't see no shock factor last night.
I didn't see any.
I saw more shock factor in All Out. Hell, we had Luchasaurus come back, killed off his kill switch character. Jack Perry made a shocking return.
Yeah, the scapegoat.
The scapegoat attacked the Young Bucks, which was kind of nice to see. Then the lights turn off. We got Luchasaurus because if you watch the video, Luchasaurus got revived, and everybody was like, "Who's the person that revived him?" And we all had our theory that it was Jack Perry, and it was confirmed. And when we saw Luchasaurus in the ring, he choke slammed both the Young Bucks. He looked at Jack Perry. They hugged it out. And when they hugged it out, that's when the theme song hit. Their old theme song. The whole crowd went wild. Honestly, that was to me, that was the most feel-good moment of the night. I'll give them that. That there was your shock factor. There was your nostalgia pop that AEW has been missing for a bit. It seems like AEW is going to the right boat of things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it this way. Look, right now, we have a ridiculously high-priced WWE. It's selling us out as fans. AEW, on the other hand, reasonable price. It's not that hard to attend these shows. You get pretty good seats. It's affordable, and you get quality, good matches. Storyline-wise, it's getting better. Hell, Mark Briscoe versus MJF was a fucking classic. I'm surprised Mark went over. That surprised me. I mean,
the bumps MJF took.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. And he had a match against Mystical too the night
Yeah.
before. That was crazy, man. I give it up to NJF. That's a workhorse right there.
Literally.
That's the future of wrestling. So overall, it was a solid. What AEW's doing, they should just keep the momentum going and definitely be that alternative to WWE. And if Tony Khan is smart, start marketing out there. Don't say you have cheap tickets. That sounds bad. Be like, look, WWE's pricing out all your fans, the real wrestling fans, but AEW here, we have affordable tickets for the whole family. Because it's getting to the point where you're not going to be able to take your whole family to WWE.
No.
I mean,
you ought to know.
I don't have a family.
That's what I mean.
I only pay for myself, so that's a good
you're
part.
finding that steep.
Yeah. But it's getting ridiculous. I would rather go support my local, independent scene wrestling. It's just a lot better. Or go to an AEW show which is more affordable. Because it's getting ridiculous. It really is. I'm not having tribalism right now for AEW because I still think there's a lot of issues and a lot of their matches weren't also that great. The Gates of Agony and Ricochet versus the Hearst Syndicate was all right. No, that was okay. There was a couple of matches where I'm like,
Page versus Fletcher.
Yeah, Hangman versus Fletcher was actually pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was decent. I'm not gonna say it was the best card of the night, but it was decent. I really did. Okada retaining his title was pretty good too. That was actually probably one of the best matches of the night. So there was a lot of entertainment to it, and I thought they did a great job. For a company that's getting counter program that had to bump their way down, the underdog of the night, I thought they had the better show overall. Now, if you disagree, that's fine. Your opinion. But if you watch both shows, just be real. Tell me which one had you a little bit more entertained. I'm not saying that they were overall the better PLE of the year. No, definitely not. But I was more entertained of All Out. This is like 8 hours of fucking wrestling I watched. So honestly, I was more entertained in the first half. But like I said, you got one company pricing you guys out, and you got one company that's affordable. AEW really got to step up the ball and become the alternative, affordable house show once again. You know, it's the magic is there. Tony, don't fumble. You're on the right track. Don't mess this up.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. That's all I'm saying. Keep it going. We need alternative. Look, we all know that WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi. What if Tony Khan was smart enough to give wrestling fans an alternative for that weekend since it's gone? Because you still have a lot of events that put themselves around WrestleMania, like a lot of wrestling shows that do their weekend, you know, conventions, wrestling conventions. And now that's gone to Saudi. They're not going to go to Saudi.
No.
They're
I was just thinking, I'm like, all that's going to be gone. The only thing that's going to be just WWE.
Yeah, well, they're going to look for something. And if Tony was smart, he would have a PLE during that time and take over. Maybe, hell, put it in New Orleans.
Yeah, just for the hell of it, put in Ola.
Give a counter programming back to WWE. That would be smart. That would be saying, you know what? I'm gonna put my foot down. We're gonna do this. Look, that's all I'm saying.
Well, we're gonna find out in 2 days what the ticket prices are gonna be.
Well, we got some pre-sales. All right, these are pre-sales, by the way. Tomorrow they're gonna go. I think it's tomorrow or 2 days. You might be right.
It's the 24th because they've been saying WrestleMania goes on sale in 2024.
Well, they did have the pre-sales.
But they had the pre-sales. So according to PW Insider, WrestleMania 42 tickets are going to be Section A1, meaning floor seats across from the hard camera, will run $8,998. Section B will run $3,868.
Doesn't matter.
Section R101 will cost $2,275. Tickets in the 100 level, which he went to last year for WrestleMania,
increased,
range from $1,174.80 to $1,495.00, while 200 level tickets will range from between $1,303.54 to $1,174.80. The 300 section will cost $1,174.80, and tickets in the 400, basically what he paid last year for his $100 for his 100 section, and tickets in the 400 section will run $854.15. All of these prices are before any kind of fees from Ticketmaster.
So meaning, once again, prices have been increased. So anyone that's going, have fun.
Green shirt guy's gonna go.
Well, duh, of course, he has money. But that's the thing. That's the thing that TKO attracts. They attract these people out here, the ones that have money. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the hardcore fans, the ones with family, the ones that generations and generations. So let's put it this way. Don't you see an issue here where the average family ain't going to be able to go to a WWE event, right?
No.
And what happens when that kid can't go to a wrestling show? They stop becoming fans eventually. They don't have love to the sports because they're not there live. It's like, you know, a kid going to the baseball game.
Yep.
They get older. What do? Continue the cycle. Take their kid to a baseball game. And this is how it keeps going generations. But if WWE is going to cut out the family part, where's the next generation? Eventually, it's going to stop. The
WWE is killing themselves slowly.
They're going to kill themselves slowly.
We're watching it every day, every week. We're watching it.
And okay, so let me ask you one thing.
Hey, man.
Did you not find it weird on Wrestlepalooza that Undertaker comes out and tells Stephanie McMahon that she's inducted into the Hall of Fame already, early? This has been the first time
they've ever done it this soon.
Yeah. So,
according to Triple H, she wasn't happy with that spot.
Well, one, she's main eventing the headliner from that night, and then two, it's just weird coincidence. I don't know.
You want a surprise factor? You got it. There it is. Stephanie McMahon is going to headline the Hall of Fame class of 2026. That's the headline we were looking for. That's the shock factor. That was the we needed for that night.
I don't know about you, but I thought the whole Undertaker segment with her was kind of cringeworthy. Like, it seemed very awkward. Yeah.
Well, Stephanie was like, come on and say happy birthday to me because my birthday was like in 3 days, something like that. And then all of a sudden flips it and does that.
Yeah, it seemed very cringe. It seemed very awkward. To someone to induct you, I wouldn't have the Undertaker do it. She just kind of loses its special aura.
Why not her husband?
Yeah, it could have been. It would have made sense. Hell, get out. What's his name? Nick Khan to do it. Somebody would have been better than Taker. Taker going there was just really weird. Didn't make any sense.
Again, just 100 surprises and nostalgia. We got it. Undertaker and Stephanie. Hey.
I mean, you were happy.
Absolutely, dude. I was throwing like confetti and everything. I was like, wee! Back.
I personally hated this. I think it was dumb. I still think it's dumb. I think it's weird though. I don't look if things go the way they're going, and okay, let's put it this way: that reporter may have some tribalism, right? That ESPN reporter. All right, cool. But what was he saying? Was it not true?
It was true.
It was true. Okay, now if he thinks that, and they let it, I think they let it up for quite a while before ESPN took it down because it started looking bad. But don't you think ESPN kind of agreed with them?
Of course.
Yeah. So imagine the pushback that TKO got. Imagine the pushback that TKO is going to give, Triple H in charge right now and Nick Khan, but mostly Triple H. Like I said, if it's not really Triple H's doing, then why doesn't he push back by now? If he doesn't push back, his ad's going to be gone pretty soon when shit hits the fan. Again, he's being stupid. Now, if this is his liking, well, I don't know what to say because the product's been shit for the last couple of months. It really has. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know if this guy lost his creative bubble, but it's not there. None of this stuff makes sense right now. Every time you watch Raw, it seems like we're in like the Twilight Zone. It seems like the same thing keeps going on every single week. The Vision opens up, or heel and bad guy open it up, and then they end it with the run-ins during the end of the night. It's just, which just happened actually tonight with the women. I realized that it changed. Instead of the Vision, it became the women run-in. It just seems like it's lackluster. It seems like there's no creativity anymore. It seems
like copy paste.
Basically.
And that was the thing that fans were complaining about AEW for the longest time.
Yeah. And they were complaining about WWE for quite a while.
Yeah.
And now we enter that Twilight Zone that is happening every single week. The worst part is not that it's happening, because back then it happened every week. We complain about the product. Now we're complaining about the product and the high prices. Yes, exactly. The point is, dude, it's garbage. Wrestlemania tickets, when they actually go on sale, good luck to you guys attending. Excuse me. I'm actually reconsidering. I have booked my hotel.
Oh, okay. I was going to actually ask you that. Never mind. You answered it for me. Okay.
Well, there's always watch parties that I'd rather do out there. I mean, there's always something in Vegas, but like I'm reconsidering because like I can't justify it. Like I don't care if it's like live events. If I'm gonna pay all this money, if I'm gonna drop $2,000 on a ticket, I expect it to be a great show.
2 days worth of show.
2 days worth of, yeah. For $2,000, I could do more damage, for a whole year going to local wrestling events, and I'll be a lot happier.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I can't justify this stuff anymore. I really can't. If I do go, this will probably be my last Mania for sure, because I don't see it getting any better from here. It's just getting worse, and it's going to continue to get worse. So I don't know. It's my thoughts. What do you think? Like, would you ever reconsider going to a Mania with these ticket prices?
Only because I have a promise with somebody, I'll take her to one. But if it wasn't for that promise, I wouldn't do it. Reason why? Because, dude, again, me and you talked about it nonstop going into SmackDown for nosebleeds, which was all the way to the back. Even again at Allstate Arena, where it's not a bad view anywhere, for $200 for nosebleeds, where you're basically gonna be standing up. It's not worth it, dude.
Not even.
So just imagine, just that a regular televised thing on CW on USA, $200. Now this one again, $2,000, dude. I want at least A- a show for both nights.
And you think you're gonna get it?
No, of course not.
The same thing is my thing is to attend any Raw or any SmackDown, even if it is $100 for nosebleed. It's not justified. The
No,
product,
dude, that's what I'm saying. The ticket
yeah,
price is not justified for the product we're getting, dude.
nah, not even close. You know, it's just it's getting ridiculous. That's why I'm reconsidering because it's like, why I'm gonna pay these top tier dollar when I'm not getting top tier product? It's the atmosphere. Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you this.
The atmosphere is amazing.
Yeah,
We've been to so many shows, and yeah, the atmosphere is always great.
yeah.
But eventually, it's like, when does the atmosphere start feeling forced?
Well, put it this way: when you get rid of your hardcore fans, is the atmosphere going to be there?
Nah.
So that's the scary part. That's the part where we have to worry is that eventually. Okay, let me put it this way: when WCW versus WWE or WWF back in the day, the war ended. There, okay, so I'm not sure the numbers, but there was a lot of people tuning in for both shows. So let's just give out a number. There was at least 3 million people watching WCW Nitro and Thunder still by
Yeah.
the end of it. When they went out of business, more than 70% disappeared and they left. They stopped watching wrestling. That's hardcore fans.
Yeah.
So when AEW became the alternative, they all, some of those old classic WCW guys that were watching the product did come back, reappeared, and obviously left. My point is, you kick those hardcore fans out the curb, they'll leave. They won't come back. You'll lose an audience once again. This ain't the UFC, this ain't whatever other stuff that they have. It's just not the same. We're wrestling fans. We're a little bit more, we're different. We're a different breed. We really
I'll
are.
be honest with you. I'll tell you this. Was I excited at first for the merge? Yeah, I was super excited because I'm like, dude, this could be like a combination of both worlds. So imagine, dude, you have press conferences leading into the weekend, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, whatever. You could do a couple weigh-ins, a couple spots, Go ahead and sell your tickets. I ain't mad at you for that. But it's like you didn't do anything with it. You just like, we're gonna get WWE, UFC ticket prices, slap it on there, call it a day, and give you shit product.
Right.
So it's like, again, like I said, I was excited because it was like, all right, cool. Let's put it. John Cena versus Cody at WrestleMania. You could have done a weigh-in. Could have done a whole weigh-in like they did that one time when they went to Saudi Arabia, and it was like Kane weighs 300 some odd pounds, Cena weighs this. Dude, that would have gotten so many more people into the product and actually like liking it because it's like, dude, it makes you feel like this is, even though, yeah, it is scripted, we know who's going to win, but it makes it feel more real. It makes it feel like, and dude, you could have had so much more of a heel run with Cena doing that kind of stuff than just the shit he was given. Literally.
Yeah. Garbage.
That's honestly, like I said, at first I was so excited for the merch. I was like, dude, I'm looking at the best of both worlds. I said, TKO could really take this and really screw this up because they're going to be giving us UFC ticket prices, and I hope not, or just merge the two worlds. And you know what? Just for like the main event again, WrestleMania for whatever, you have a panel of people who are your main event wrestlers, and just talking one side, you have this person, other side, yeah, man, blah blah blah, and you can start a feud that way.
Yeah.
So it's like you could have had and ran with so much of this, but they really, honestly, are just dragging us under the mud and just making us turn away from the product.
Yeah, they're pushing out the hardcore fans little by little, and the more expensive things get, I'm not going to justify going to Mania this year because you read the ticket prices right now. It's getting very out of hand.
Tell me yes or no. Didn't your ticket price where you said it was didn't increase like $650?
It increased about 300 afterwards, so it increased a lot.
No. But you paid 1,000 something after everything. They're saying right now that's the price before fees.
I know it increased by a lot before fees, so it went from I paid 900 without fees and all that.
So 900,
and now it's
1,400.
Yeah,
that's almost a $600 difference.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and can you really justify these prices? I get it. It's Mania. That's like everybody's dream, wrestling dream. No matter if you're AEW, no matter if you're WWE, everybody wants to go to a Mania. The thing is, when can you justify for a C tier show to pay almost $2,000 plus the rest of the stuff you got to pay: parking, Uber, food, drinks, hotels if you're not from Vegas.
Nothing gets cheap over there, dude.
Nope, nothing at all. It's to a point where It is getting really ridiculous. Hell, merchandise ridiculous. You know, you don't even want to imagine what shirts go to nowadays. $50 for a shirt. It's not really worth it, honestly. I mean, they have to give us some good storylines and good wrestling matches, which they did not deliver at all last year. And if anything, the storylines were still iffy. They were like halfway done, and it made no sense. None of it.
Yeah.
The best storyline, the best match I wanted to say was a triple threat between Roman, Seth, and CM Punk.
It was.
And I mean, and as well as the women. But
Yeah.
otherwise, everything else was like meh, lackluster. So we're gonna keep in touch next week, and we're gonna keep seeing how much these prices, either if they stay the same, or hell, they might increase. I wouldn't be shocked if they increase another $200 by the end of it. Because you know they've been Ticketmaster and TKO's been known to just jump on the gun and say, you know what, we'll increase it by another $100 or $200.
Depending on how the pre-sale goes.
Yeah, I guess they call it dynamic pricing or
Yeah.
some shit like that, which is just ridiculous. But we're gonna keep you tuned on that. It's I don't know. Like I said, it's hard. I can only imagine how much people wasted on Wrestlepalooza to sit there and watch a 15-minute main event that just never seemed to get off. Like it just didn't seem like anything clicked, and when it ended, it just seemed kind of like lackluster there. It just seemed like make any sense. And now, yeah, you set it up. We set it up to the next PLE. We already know who's gonna face who. Yeah, we're gonna see Rollins versus Cody Rhodes for that big old
ring.
Yep. Dude, you kind of even see the results of this already given. You think Cody's gonna go run it back twice? No, it's Seth Rollins.
Especially the last line.
Yeah.
We faced each other 3 times. How many have you won? That's a killer.
That's a dead giveaway. And so that's my issue is that it's lackluster storyline once again. It's right in front of our eyes.
Literally.
This is going to be a great match if you let these people cook, and it'll be a great match.
WrestleMania 38.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match, and I think it will be. It just storyline wise, it just is showing that they just don't care anymore. It's very looking. Well, we got a comment.
Turnbuckle Tower. Hey guys, for me, Wrestlepalooza felt mediocre. Nothing terrible happened, but nothing amazing.
It felt like a C tier PLE, honestly. I guess you could say mid tier, but I don't. Look, to me, the reason why I'm kind of bashing Wrestlepalooza is because it was supposed to be your next big 4. This is what they were considering it at. TKO wanted to be the next big 5. But what you saw last Saturday, does anyone consider that to be the next? I don't. I see. That's the thing. There was nothing surprising. Triple H promised us a lot of things in the beginning, and he told us that WWE's at his final form. Well, if this is his final form, I don't know. I don't see anything positive coming out, from here on.
I think it just meant how much they're going to be recognized, but at this point, listen, dude, let's put it. The ESPN writer does have tribalism. He's probably never going to give any WWE show above an A- or an
I think he gave Mercedes match a solid A. Even I that's why I knew he had tribalism. I'm like, yeah, all right, Mercedes Moné match. No, all right, just forget about it.
So with that, though, it's like you at least did something right. But if at this point it's like you promised change, you promised how entertaining it was gonna be, how great, how like right in front of your eyes, everything was gonna happen, and you just see it as like, so where was the pizzazz?
And all for the price of $29.99, with a bunch of ads included. More ads that I don't understand.
Hold on, dude. Here's the funny thing, though. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch it live. I was actually doing something this past weekend, but I watched it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the messed up part, and here's kind of the thing. I'm like, are you kidding me? As you're watching it, and they're doing the commercial break, they don't take that off.
Mm-hmm.
It literally says commercial break in just the Wrestlepalooza logo.
I know.
I was like, are you kidding me?
So here's another kicker. Sorry
No, you're fine. I don't care. That's all I have to say.
for $29.99. All right, you pay $29.99, but guess what? Right after the Cena and Brock match, I think it was about like 2 hours later, they broadcast that whole match basically on YouTube for free. So it goes to show you, you spend top dollar, and you could also watch it on YouTube for free on their channel.
On the
Just
WWE channel?
yeah, yeah, it was on the official channel. It's ridiculous. I mean, the match only lasted like 9 minutes. Not much offense going in, but still, this is kind of it's kind of a dumb move on their part. I just feel like this stuff is very unorganized at this point.
You know what I feel like it was?
What?
I feel like that I feel like they got scared. I don't feel a lot of people tuned into Wrestlepalooza as they thought because, again, you're announcing it. ESPN, sports, entertainment combined into one, blah, 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 this and that. Like, it's happening.
Okay.
And I don't think as many eyes were glued to the product as they thought would be glued to the product
Well,
during that time.
put it this way. You got new viewers because whoever subscribed to ESPN probably never watched, let's just say they never watched a wrestling show. So how do you like it that the first couple of minutes you see John Cena getting squashed, then you go about 30 minutes of not seeing anything of wrestling, just promos, commercials, and the yeeting going on for like 10, 15 minutes. As a guy who never
As
watched wrestling,
straight casual,
you're kind of like, what the fuck is this shit?
honestly.
And for us, we know what we're getting ourselves into. But as a casual out there, you're like, I have no idea what I'm watching here. I'm probably gonna just tune out, because I don't know what the fuck this shit is. So the next PLE, isn't it on Peacock, or is it still gonna be?
It's on Peacock.
See, this is just the weird stuff that you're still gonna have some here, some over there. The next ESPN PLE hopefully gets better because paying $29.99 is a ridiculous price range for what we had going on from $9.99 to whatever you were paying for Peacock. Still doesn't justify what we got for a mid-tier product, with not much surprise besides Taker coming out and announcing Stephanie McMahon as the next Hall of Fame inductee.
Yeah.
Very early.
So not even during WrestleMania season. That goes to show you.
That goes to show you they really had nothing going. No surprises at all that night. Could have gave us anything else. But, So overall, honestly, lackluster PLE. But we already got. I mean, look, put it this way: we already got our next matches going on, and that's Seth versus Cody. We'll see.
Hold up. According to Google and ESPN, which was confirmed a couple of days ago, Wrestlepalooza Crown Jewel is on ESPN.
Okay, that makes sense.
Survivor Series is on ESPN. Royal Rumble is on ESPN. WrestleMania and SummerSlam are all going to be on ESPN. So basically, going forward, I don't think we're going to get any more on Peacock.
No.
Maybe just a Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah. No. Which just seems very lackluster, very shameful. So yeah, very disappointing. All right, so let's put it this way. Your next storyline, Cody versus Seth, I feel like it's gonna have potential to be this show-stealing match at Crown Jewel. Storyline, it has to get better.
So much better.
So your next storyline would be, we already got Dominic Mysterio on the Judgment Day. Looks like they're having issues once again. Looks like Finn Balor has his beef with Dom Mysterio now.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Dom is trying to protect himself from Rusev and threw JD McGunna into the Wolves, and JD got his ass whooped.
Literally.
And Finn Balor came for the saved and, told Dominic Mysterio off, like, what the hell were you thinking? You're not helping. Dom's like, I'm helping, and things are not going anywhere with that. Looks like Judgment Day is going to disband. I gotta see. I think Dom might just get out. I think Dominic Mysterio might just.
I feel like he's gonna start his own like lucha stable.
I think him, and he's probably gonna take the girls with him. I think it's gonna be Finn and JD together.
I can see that.
And then it's gonna be Dom with the, with what's her name, Raquel and Roxanne. They're gonna have their own stable, and I'm probably gonna get a little dosage of what's his name, what's his name, the American guy, El Grande Americano. Yeah. So I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. What do you think about all that?
Honestly, dude, I think it's good for right now because I just like keep saying like him speak because for the longest time he kept saying I'm the king of the luchadors, I'm the king of the luchadors, king of the luchadors. I'm like, I feel like it's gonna be a stable down the road.
I mean, he is the champion now.
Yeah, and both in
Yeah,
both spots, so I can see it. It's funny though when he's running away and just having like JD McDonough take the initial bump and everything.
I feel bad for JD, man.
Yeah, every stable needs a punching bag, and he is the punching bag for Judgment Day.
He's a really good wrestler, though. He
Yeah,
could sell really good. He sells it, and he makes it look so good in the ring. I really like JD McDonough and the way he sells his moves and all. I think he's one of very underrated wrestler of this era. We also got Rhea. We also got Io. Mix him with, you already know,
Oscar,
Asuka and her
Kyrie.
lackey. Yep.
Dude, Oscar bringing back the mist though. I like that. I do like the mist. I like the mist tonight.
But that's when she becomes heel. Fully heel, she brings out the mist all the time. It's nice to see. We already know the storyline going into this.
I was telling my girlfriend I actually feel like it would have been better if Io was champion. And again, this is taking away nothing from Stephanie. Stephanie's gonna be a phenomenal champion once they show on TV.
and yet we only got a couple of minutes with her
3
on
minutes.
TV. Yeah.
Today's
Once again,
one of those days.
we're already seeing the same direction that EO had treatment with their championship run happening to Stephanie, but we're not gonna get into this till too early.
I'll still say again what I told my girlfriend. Her, Io, and Asuka, and Io as champion would have made so much more sense
Well, yeah, I agree.
in that aspect because it's like you're holding something I haven't held in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was the original. I'm the leader. Bow to me. Whatever.
Okay.
You could have had that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then Io being reluctant is like, no, I'm here to fight because you're not doing the right thing. You're not doing right by Rhea, and then going from there.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of fumbled with that
Yeah.
because we saw the direction of that storyline the way it was going to go, and then they fumbled the ball.
Yeah. So, what do you think is gonna? What do you think is gonna happen? Like, who do you think Io's gonna face off? You think Io's gonna go right after Asuka? Do you think Rhea's gonna go right after Asuka? Who's gonna fight Kairi Sane?
I feel well. Here's a question I'm curious to see: when does Kairi stop being a lackey and just being bossed around and just saying, screw it, I'll embrace the heel personality now going forward?
I mean, she showed a little bit, but she's also still hesitant.
Like she was shaking,
Like I don't want to kick your ass, but I'm gonna kick your ass.
I have no choice but to kick your ass.
Like I wonder why she feels the need to support Asuka. That's also a good question. Like, what is her motive here? I don't know.
I feel like outside of everything, though, Asuka could be a mentor to Kairi.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And on top of that, in case who knows what Kairi's going on outside of the ring? Because remember, her husband is back in Japan and everything, so who knows what's going on? So maybe to give like Kairi a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of breathing room to be with her husband at home, you have her under Asuka's guide. Why not? Cool. Asuka's gonna sell it. Asuka's gonna get the heat eventually.
Yeah.
Kairi joins.
Look, give credit where credit's due. I still think the women on WWE side on Raw are holding it down. SmackDown, that's just a shit show right now going on. But for the women's side of Raw, they're holding it down. I think they've been doing some great storylines for the past few months. And to me, they're more of the stars of that brand right now. They really are. I hope it still continues because this is a lot better booking than everything else we've been getting, with the Vision, hell, even with Judgment Day lately. This has been the better booking storyline. And I hope Stephanie gets her proper feud already going. Hopefully.
Tyler Houghton, hey, what's going on, buddy?
How's it going?
Thank you for the comment.
Welcome. Yeah, dude. Overall, it's been a crazy week with the PLEs. Any 2 cents on all this?
WWE needs to get it together. Stop trying to book TKO in general. If you listen to this, which I highly doubt you are, but if you do listen to this, stop trying to aim for the stupid ass prices that no one except for the people who can afford it are going to pay. And don't get me wrong, you're going to find a lot. However, though, you're going to have to start going for spheres, for small arenas, because they're not going to start selling anymore when you keep. So you know what? Cool. If you're trying to get out of bankruptcy, that's not the way to do it. Tell you that right now. It's not the way to do it, guys.
So I forgot to mention, interesting fact that after the media, when the media scrum hit for AEW All Out, Tony Khan was asked about the change to 3:30 and how if he thinks he's gonna, they ask him, hey, are you gonna have this time from now on going on? And Tony Khan's like, you know what? I thought about it and it makes sense, especially for our UK audience, so they could be able to watch it at an earlier start time. And actually, I think it's a good idea, dude. I honestly think that time period really works. Cause like, just think about it. 3:30. You catch all that wrestling because you're not catching it late when you're more tired. You're catching it earlier, and then it ends around 7 or 8. It's not a bad thing. I think it's a pretty good thing. Personally, I think the start time works. I like how it is right now.
And TKO and WWE are not going to change their start time.
They'll be ridiculously. That is a ridiculously counter programming if they do. Like it's already. They're saying they're not, but come on, it is, and they go that route. It just seems stupid for them. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
So I like the way AEW is going about this, and then it helps us watch more wrestling. In my case,
but I mean, at this point, here's another thing though. It's like you're showing first that you don't care the fact that WWE is trying to basically counter program your days.
No,
it's like, look, dude, we're doing what we're doing, and we know what we're doing over here. They care about them over there.
Yeah, it's showing that
they actually have no fear.
It's showing that Tony Khan's kind of matured.
So much. It's weird. Much maturity.
It's weird. It really is. What we got also?
Look, I live in Arizona. That AEW pay-per-view start at like 12 p.m.
That's not bad. I mean, okay, so 12 p.m. What do you think? I mean, give me your opinion. Did you like the time, or would you rather go back to like 6 or 7? I guess.
Well, him would be 4 or 5. Yeah. 4 or 5.
I mean, just give us your opinion. I mean, there's no right. There's no right or wrong.
It's just how you feel at this point. Are you okay with Ryan Russo's as 9?
Wait, 9. What do you mean? You wanted it back at 9, or what is he?
Are you saying it's 9 a.m. your time when it happened?
What part of the world are you from?
Honestly, yeah, let us know. Hey.
You from the UK? Like that's what Tony Khan's trying to help out here right now. It's the people in the UK, I guess, because they do have a big fan base out there.
Dude, oh God.
Well, wrestling in the UK
at 5 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah, wrestling in the UK. Well, here's another thing. Wrestlemania in Saudi is going to be early.
It's at 12.
Damn, I forgot about that. So that's going to be a first WrestleMania that we're going to have to catch really early, guys. Think about that. 2
days at 12, 1 o'clock.
That's ridiculous.
Years, dude. This is for my lifetime since I've been a wrestling fan. Over 30 years of watching it. Either at 7, well, recently it's Saturday at 7 and Sunday, or Sunday at 7 to 10, 7 to 10:30 when I was a kid growing up, man.
I think this year was a bit earlier because of the Vegas time.
Yep. Yeah, 6.
So it was a little different this year.
6 to 9.
I think they started at noon,
depending on card.
Oh yeah, if you catch the pre-show, it does start a lot. They have a ton.
They have so many fucking matches in the pre-show for AEW.
I don't watch the pre-show. Look, man, I had to watch like about 8 hours worth of wrestling. I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit there watch the pre-show. That would be a lot for my head. I mean, I was happy overall, but
Hold on. Dang, we got 7 a.m. start time in Perth. Hey, you're lucky. We had 6 because we're an hour behind you. We're Central Standard Time.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Actually, remember that one time was at 4? And it wasn't the pre-show. It was actually the card at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. That. Look, we're obviously not gonna go to Mania in Saudi Arabia.
Nope.
I will try to do like a live stream when that today comes, but I can only imagine.
Let's do it.
I could only imagine though the start time. We're gonna have to catch it, But yeah, we'll probably do that in the end. So what do you say? No.
Yeah, no. I mean, 7 a.m. happening in the for the Perth show happening next month. Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about. It's 7 a.m. for you, but it's 6 for us because we're 1 hour behind you. Right now, for us, it's 11:17 at night.
Oh yeah.
So we're an hour behind you.
Well, either way, it's still early.
But there was one time where I remember it was 4 o'clock for us.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm down to do the live event to do a live watch with you, but
Yeah.
we're gonna have to really coordinate that because golly, we're gonna have to be here early for that
It's
Saudi one.
but that's the thing. It's ridiculous to have it. I mean, like for him, 7 a.m. I think that's ridiculous. Like as a wrestling fan, what is it on a Saturday? It's gonna be on a Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Crown Jewel is gonna be on a Saturday, most likely. For a wrestling fan, I don't know about you guys, but on the weekends, I'm sleeping in. And yeah, I would wake up, but if I don't wake up, it's not the end of the world. I'll catch it on replay. But I just think 7 a.m. start time, it's a little ridiculous for us here.
6 a.m. Man,
I mean, but then again, I guess we're just US fans are just very
we're
spoiled.
spoiled.
Because imagine the UK when they get their Raws and stuff, they get it like literally when we're all asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just spoiled though. We're also just spoiled. So, but I don't know, 7 a.m. So I'm just gonna go back to sleep. You know, I'll catch it on the rewind and I'll watch
It'll
it
be on
then.
ESPN. Watch it then.
I mean, if you're paying $29.99, I better expect it to still be there. You
Yeah.
know, yeah.
It was. That's how I watched it.
But that's what I'm saying. I think what Tony Khan is doing is just fine. I said keep it the same start
It's a
time.
marketing genius.
Yeah. It's starting to
Scott
click for him. Like he's finally starting to he seemed to mature a lot better. He seems to handle these WWE questions a lot better. Doesn't seem all weirded out. Like, yeah, all mad and saying WWE's a Harvey Weinstein of, professional
just
wrestling.
uh
Yeah.
uh
There was look, I like Tony Khan. I think he's a nice guy. I think he gets a lot of shit. I think he's literally a nice guy. Like you could tell he cares about his fans.
he's a wrestling fan
Yeah.
himself.
But
And it shows.
I just remember those media scrums when he just looks so fucking lost and weirded out. It's just hilarious. There's just no better time. I think that's why he stopped really wanting to do medium scrums for a while, but that's why he's matured a bit. I think someone told him, like, bro, you got to cut the shit. You can't be doing this.
Tony Khan's facial expressions could have made him a decent actor.
Yeah. The funniest one is when he let CM Punk go. And during the media scrum, one of the reporters asked him, does he have a 90 day clause, like no fight clause? And his facial expression was like like he just literally remember fuck. like he just thought about it like fuck, I didn't put it in. Because then he showed up in Survivor Series.
Not that much longer.
Yeah, so I think he literally forgot that he never put that in. And then we got him in Survivor Series, which was just hilarious. I think he's getting better. I don't think it's that bad as it used to be. With him having that wig, and there was a lot of incidents. I don't know what they put on that coffee that he always has, but
Because like I said,
yeah. He's always sipping on that coffee, man. I don't know what type. I think he's drinking a little bit of that bubbly from Chris Jericho.
Had a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh yeah, it was also nice to see Eddie Kingston back at All Out. I don't think he had a great match, but it was just nice to see him finally return
after a long hiatus.
The match just didn't live up though. I don't know. Those guys just did not click that night.
Maybe he's also rusty. Could also be it. Tyler says FESPN.
I agree. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of ESPN. I'm not a big fan of the prices. I think they could do a lot better, but that's just me.
I just bought my first PPV on Max.
There you go. You spend what? Did you spend $39.99, or do you end up have to pay the whole $50? Is my question. Because it was supposed to be a discount at $10, so you would have got it $39.99. It's not a bad price, I guess. I don't know, dude. I'm gonna say this too. AEW really needs to get the ball going with this whole pay-per-view thing too, with the HBO Max. I still think $39.99 is still ridiculous as well. But here's the thing: where WWE could take a cut, AEW can't, because this is literally their bread and butter. They have to rely on these revenue because they're not making as much as WWE is in other categories. Their merch, their house shows, no, none of it. So this is their bread and butter.
It's 40. All right, cool.
Not bad.
Yeah, $10. $10 difference.
Yeah, that's not bad. Honestly, look, just honestly, there's just a lot to cover with this. as well as the pricing. We're gonna figure out WrestleMania prices soon enough and see how that goes.
We're gonna talk about it in 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a lot of text messages. Are gonna sit there and say, "Man, f this, f that." Yep, there it is.
What else we get?
With tax too. Oh, that's not bad. Dude, $40 flat for tax. It's not bad.
I heard, yeah, it
but
was like a flat fee.
We're
Yeah.
down though.
Yeah.
We're down for us.
I mean, for what it was, I thought still though, like I think I'd rather pay the 40 for this than the $29.99 for the other product I got for Wrestlepalooza.
Literally.
I just like I said, I think they could do a lot better. I just hope Crown Jewel. I feel like Crown Jewel is gonna end up being a lot better PLE for them, like a bounce back. Because I feel like there's gonna be good matches going on there.
I feel like it's gonna be the crowd. I don't feel the matches. I feel like it's just gonna be the crowd.
Do you think it's gonna be the crowd?
That's all I think. I honestly, dude, if you think about it, Clash in Paris, what'd you give it?
Give it like a C plus.
Now with the crowd?
B.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be the same thing, but now in Australia, and the fans are gonna go crazy. At this point, you're gonna get about a B minus C plus kind of show, but because of the fans, they're gonna bump up the grade more.
Okay, I see what you mean by there. I guess we also forgot Wrestlepalooza brought back Pat McAfee for one night. I think that was a big surprise. Yeah, Pat McAfee.
See, Triple H came in, he was hugging him and everything. Man, yeah, I forgot about that surprise, man.
That's the surprise we wanted. Pat McAfee. That's what we paid $29.99 for. It's ridiculous. Heads up.
The pay-per-view is on Friday night on the Plus and Triller only.
Okay.
Okay.
If you had what I hear, if you had a VPN.
Oh, TNA Plus, sorry. TNA Plus and Triller only.
Yeah. So if you had a VPN too, I hear you could pay like $20 for the pay-per-views, which is not that bad. I think Stephanie McMahon sponsored VPN as well.
Actually.
So she's telling you, hey, yeah, these prices are ridiculous. Use my code, Steph, whatever, VPN. I thought that was funny. I really did. It's just odd though that Stephanie McMahon is inducted to the Hall of Fame
in September,
but Vince isn't yet.
Because they want Vince to clear his name from all the allegations that the trial's still going. He still hasn't received the verdict.
Do you think, just like a hot take, do you think give it a little bit more time, like maybe 3 more years? Do you think this whole Vince thing, you don't think at some point they're going to start mentioning him? Because they kind of already threw his name out there a couple of times already, even during the PLE, I feel like. Just think about it.
See, I said it. Steph went back and almost killed Hunter for doing that to her without warning. Yeah, I was right. I told her. Even he said it.
I think it was they showed that she was like, what the fuck,
She's like, I thought he was going to wish me a happy birthday, and I'll do that.
Yeah.
But again, though, to answer your question, I give a minimum. I mean, I can see them doing it right now, just kind of to test the water, see how it goes. But maybe it could even be 5.
I give it 3 years. You say 5, I'm going to give it 3.
Okay.
I think eventually they're going to start throwing them back into the mix. I think, look, put it this way. My theory is this. I feel like if they show him, if he ever returns, I feel like the crowd's going to pop. I don't know why. I think they will, though. What else we got?
Maybe Vince is back for Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Mania.
I'll be 2 years, though. That's not even 3. That's not even 5. That's 2.
Yeah, I can see that.
Heck, a year and months because it's in March, April.
This whole allegation thing, actually, I think it's 10 to actually be done pretty soon. And I think he's settling out. So technically, he's not going to be found guilty. Do we believe his allegations against him? I do. Yeah, I think he's a weird, fucking sick guy. I respect his legacy in wrestling. I don't
wrestling. As a head of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because storylines with him, no.
And it wasn't great during the end, yeah.
For him as a head of wrestling, for everything he did for wrestling,
yeah.
Fantastic legacy. Honestly, thank you for that.
But as a person, piece of shit.
The thing is, he used the company's money for his own personal interest. The company wouldn't trust him again.
So what I'm saying is, you're right. I agree with you. I guess what I'm saying is more as a guest. I don't think he'll be back in backstage role at all. I think he'll be as a guest. He'll come and make an appearance every once in a while. Once this whole allegation to settle out of court, like I think it's going to be, because money talks, and he's a fucking billionaire. He'll offer a lot of money to clear out his name. And I mean, I think he wants to return back to wrestling. He's always having that itch.
Yeah.
And then he's taking jabs recently at at WWE at his son-in-law. So seems like he still has that itch. He still has some sort of bitterness in him too. Um, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Now, with that being said, do you think at any point Shane O'Mac could get inducted?
Ugh.
That's a weird relationship between him and Triple H.
Him
I
and
don't
Triple
see it.
H, him and Stephanie. Who knows if TKO's even gonna want him there?
I think TKO would probably be cool with them, but I don't think Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, they always had a weird relationship with the guy.
Literally. I like AEW and CML. Their partnership, I like it better than WWE and AAA.
I do too, because it seems like so put it this way, AEW and CMLL seems like a 100, meaning they're all in it. They're all helping each other out. They're doing business. They're doing it the right way. While WWE and AAA is more of a 50-50, meaning you're doing what we say and you're doing what we say. You get 50% of your own revenue.
75-25.
Yeah.
60-40.
And I mean, what I hear, CMLL out there in Mexico, it's the bigger product. It always has been. CMML has been there longer than
Yeah.
AAA has, and it's selling. It's always selling. It's out there. It's like the hottest lucha libre product out there for years, and it's selling numbers like crazy. It's basically what WWE is here in the States.
Yeah.
That's what it is over there. Which, yeah, I mean, if I ever had the chance to travel out there, I definitely would go to a CML show out there just to see how it goes,
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun one day, on my to-do list. But I do like it more. I mean, right now, yeah, it just seems like to me, the better product, CMLL over AAA. Triple H has been, yeah, Triple A has been WWE genderfied. That's what I'm gonna start saying it. Just like TNA is starting to get genderfied as well. I think there was reports that they're talking about. There's a rumor, but this is just a rumor that supposedly War Games they're gonna try to feature War Games. They're gonna have some sort of NXT involvement, but they want it to be TNA versus NXT.
I don't know if you heard where the Rio came out against Shawn Michaels and Triple H and said War Games. That's only one way to sell it. War Games.
Yeah, so they're gonna have their little version of this stuff going on. But the rumor is too TNA versus NXT, which would be interesting to see if they do it right. We could already see Joe Henry leading the way for TNA. Yeah, so that would be interesting to see. I'm not gonna lie, I would like to see that if that's done right. But I still think NXT goes over. I don't see any way that TNA goes over against NXT WWE Juggernaut. Honestly, man, that's about it for me. Anything new for you? Any opinions? Anything you heard?
No, so far, like I said, I gave everything I heard right now. All I'm gonna just sit here and say is I cannot wait to see for in 2 days our text messages and our conversation. What we're gonna say.
I still think about the stupid thing that you said to the fans, said that Monet's title reign thing. It's better than Taker's streak. That'd be like one of those dumb hot takes of the week for fans to say, for trolls, I guess you could say. Hey. Imagine that. Imagine years from now, we're going to forget about Taker's streak and we're going to remember Mercedes Monet belt collector era.
Past Thanos.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people upset with Cena losing matches in his retirement run, but he isn't in his prime, so he is going to lose most, and if win few, if any. I think NXT, their tag division, need work.
So the first one, so it's not mad that he lost to Cody. That makes sense. There's just no point of him losing to Brock. And the way he lost to Brock does not make sense.
So let me kind of go devil's advocate on that one. If he would have lost to Brock to basically solidify the squash, because it's like, regardless, you weren't going to win the series because he was already 4-2.
Well, originally they had him going over.
So hold on, wait. But let's put it at the end of this all, you know what, dude? Regardless, you're still going to lose 4-3, right? But the squash should not have happened. I feel an actual, legit match should have gone down. And I feel, yeah, Brock, do your Suplex City, get 5, 10 of them, whatever, but have Cena do something more than just get squashed. And I feel like that would have at least brought up a lot more of an oomph to Wrestlepalooza than the we got for within the first 15 minutes.
I mean,
That's just me.
as far as to me, John Cena's retirement tour, like I said, I think this whole retirement tour thing has been really bad for Cena. I feel like I don't know, man. Maybe Triple H has some sort of issue with this. Like he doesn't like to see John Cena on top.
But don't forget, he did beat him in WrestleMania 22.
Yeah, but that was Vince thing. That's not a Triple H thing at the time. So
He doesn't care.
yeah,
You know, he's paid like that. So
yeah.
I guess
We got comments as well.
the only time Cena beat Brock was an Extreme Rules match. The story is that Cena can only beat Brock if it's a gimmick match, not one-on-one. That's a movie maker. And then Tyler says, I think Brock Lesnar versus John Cena in this final match. And my prediction is Gunther versus John Cena. Come on, Triple H. He's a big ego booker.
Well,
Told you.
Well, let's go back to the first one. Gunther versus John Cena. I would like to see that match. I would like to see Gunther. See, that makes sense. Have Gunther go over. See, here's my issue. This what, like I said, WWE has lazy booking. If you're gonna make Gunther versus Cena, why have Brock beat Cena? Why not have Cena beat Brock, become Super Cena one more time? Go on, win your last couple of matches, have Gunther go over you. Then it pushes Gunther even more up there. But again, WWE does not think ahead of time, doesn't think right. It's just very lackluster. Doesn't make sense. I would like to see Gunther versus Cena. But if Gunther beats Cena, it doesn't really mean much if he just got squashed by Brock Lesnar. I mean, it is Cena. It's just not the same, though. It's not smart booking.
Tyler agrees with you. WWE booking's lazy.
That's what it is. It's just becoming lazy.
Well, I don't know if you heard the rumor. Not sure if it's true, but rumor. Cena's last match is already booked.
Against who, though?
The Rock.
I don't believe that.
They're saying that he's already booked for an event in December, and they're aiming it for December 13th. And after Wrestlepalooza, Rock's supposed to come out and call out Cena for the last match.
I don't know, man. That doesn't make like it really. It's I know it's a rumor. It just doesn't make sense.
Supposedly already booked though, so I don't know. I'm just letting you know. I don't know if it's true. I just know supposedly Rock's already booked for a match in December. People are saying Rock versus Cena.
So who confirmed this though?
I forgot which site.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's actually going to be true. I highly doubt it. I don't think The Rock. Look at The Rock's shape. You're going to tell me the man that just lost
so much muscle.
He's going to wrestle? He's not going to be in wrestling shape by then. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I really don't. Like, I feel like this is just one of those dumb rumor mills to get everybody hyped for no reason. So WWE booking lazy. Maybe they are building up to Brock versus Gunther instead. Yeah. I'll rather see that too. I'd rather see Brock versus Gunther, but you have to have Gunther go over. It would only make sense. Which I could see that going on. I would like to see that. Gunther versus Brock would be a hell of a fucking barn burner. I like to see
Cena versus Braun Breaker.
As a last match, I could see that. And I could see Braun going over. And he should. He should destroy. See, here's the thing.
That should be a squash match.
But that's the thing. Cena should have had a hell of a match against Brock. And then, but I still think he should have went over. Because then you want the Braun Breaker to squash his ass and beat him. You want Gunther to fucking beat his ass. That's the thing. This has more value if Cena would have won. You're devaluing this man more and more by the matches. Dude, this has been one of the worst retirement tours I ever seen.
We thought Kurt Angle had a bad one.
I thought, dude, Ric Flair had a better one than this shit.
Literally.
It just, I don't see it, man. I don't see this being, we're gonna look back and be like, damn, that Cena fucking retirement tour was fucking awful.
We're already saying it right now. We don't have to look back. We're already saying it right now.
Yeah, so none of this makes sense what they did on Saturday. And it made more sense if he had gone over. Should have had a longer match.
I just feel he should have just had a longer match and not been squashed. Because worst case, because again, he went over. He had his great moment with Cody, great wrestling match, great event, blah blah blah, this and that. Could have done the same thing with Brock. Could have honestly done the same thing with Brock. And that at least, whether he'd won, in my opinion, if he would have lost, to me, it still wouldn't have been a bad booking. Because it's like you're still making Cena look like a super Cena because he's not getting squashed. And you're honestly racing the 2014 SummerSlam event. Now you're just adding more to the 2014 SummerSlam event.
I don't think you're adding. I think you're just devaluing it. I think you're just making it seem like it's just a repeat.
Note to wrestlers never announce your retirement. If you're working at WWE.
I mean, it doesn't make sense why they even should. I think Cena had a vision, but also Cena's a company. Cena's the company guy. Meaning, he said it himself. Whatever they tell me, I go with, and that's bad. Because look what happened. I feel like the man doesn't want to say something right now, but maybe years later. Nah, he's too humble, dude. I mean, I seen this guy at a Q&A question, and when they asked him some real questions about his heel run, he tried to be the humble guy, and like, you know what? I have no regrets. He probably does. He probably will, but he'll never admit it because he owes a lot to the business out of respect. But as wrestling fans, we know this is probably one of the worst retirement tours that we ever seen, especially for a guy like Cena.
You'll always be disappointed. Goldberg was left disappointed. Cena's tour has been disappointing, etc.
Yeah. I mean, Goldberg, I like Goldberg. I may not be a big fan of him, and I may not be a big fan of his what he says backstage and all that in his interviews. But I don't know. His retirement tour wasn't much one either, and it didn't make sense either. It's still lazy booking for him as well. What else we got?
Because they needed 7 months, man. Come on. They needed 7 months to book him completely. Come on.
7 months for the Gunther match, the promotion. All right, whatever.
7 months for that, man. Come on. They did it wrong. He wanted 7 months of promotion, not weeks, months. 7 months worth of promotion.
And they cut him off, man.
Yeah, come on.
I got people
told me that I'm a hater of WWE. Now, I have been a WWE fan all my life. I think WWE fans need their eyes and everything. I think TKO ruined pro wrestling. It will, yeah.
I mean, once they went to TKO, we all had positive ideas. Look, so put it this way: you have your old lifers WWE, and you have your pro wrestling fans. Your old lifers WWE are always going to see the positive, no matter what. They act like they have investment into WWE, like they have stocks in this shit. Motherfuckers, half of you guys don't have stocks in there. All right, just look. As a pro wrestling fan, when the product is good, you celebrate. It's good. When the product is shit, call them out. Don't settle for less, especially when they're high pricing your asses out of there. That's when you need to fight back more than ever. What else we got?
Hopefully ESPN can rip into the shows more so they can better their product.
Yeah.
Just not with a tribalistic writer. Just saying that right now.
Look, maybe with this, Crown Jewel will be a little bit better. Maybe with this whole,
I'm
episode.
low-key already getting worried, man, about it.
I mean, we all are, but I'm trying to be positive for once. I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying to be positive for once? Damn,
I'm trying to support WWE for this one.
That's a first, okay.
I have faith on Triple H to do better next one. Nah, I really don't, but still, I would like
feel like it's the fans. I just feel like it's the fans gonna do it. I think that Jey Uso is becoming selfish and edgy. I think he's going to turn heel within the next month.
They're planting seeds, and the one thing is that who was he on the phone with 2 weeks ago? Before Jimmy came in, and he had his little segment with Jimmy where he kind of just tried to boss around Jimmy. Who was he on the phone with? And when he told Jimmy, "Hey, don't worry about it," that's the big question. Could it be Roman or could it be Seth?
Could it be Paul?
Could it be Paul? Phone. Big phone for phone. Yeah. That's crazy. That's gonna be interesting to see a heel Jay. It really would be.
Can you imagine a heel Jay versus a face Roman? Dude, you know what? I'm gonna go back a couple comments. There's one thing that was said, and it's up here. Hold on. That was one of the first right here by a WWE movie maker. Cena, Reigns, Knight, Punk, Cody. Lesnar, The Vision, Drew, inside War Games.
Mm-hmm.
I got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Take out Cody, put in Jay,
Mm-hmm.
keep this line.
Mm-hmm.
Jay betrays Reigns that night, and that was a phone call for.
Maybe, yeah. All right, let's see if this comes true. You're gonna put that prediction. Let's see. In a
It
couple
could
of
be.
months.
Hey, I'm gonna throw it out there, and if it doesn't, be like, I'm really good at what I do.
The only so I'm not gonna say that wouldn't be a bad storyline. I agree that's a pretty good one. The only issue is we had to spread it in 2 months time. So it's already so that's my thing is that it looks like he's planting the seeds now. In 2 months, we have to hope that they somehow let this simmer the right way. You get what I'm saying? Without it getting boring.
Well, I feel like without it getting boring, Roman comes back to face Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens, and with Brock, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that happens, here comes Jay. He's like, "Don't worry, big guy. Don't worry, big dog. I got calls him whatever. Try whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm the last guy who's gonna be in your team. I got your back. Blah blah blah. This and that. That's literally all the simmer you need. Because it's like everyone's gonna be flipped, like, oh, dude, he's still a face. He's just been trying to just be showing us like, let one more week. Hey man, why you been trying to tell Jimmy what to do? You're not the tribal chief. I am. Remember that OTC. All right, cool. I remember that. I got you. You're right. One all the time. There's a heel turn.
I still feel like it's too long though, man. Like I know we're about to get in October, but that's still a long period. I don't know. I like where you're going with that. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I like the idea. I think it's better than what the fuck they've been booking. But the point is
just fucking hire us, man. We'll do better than what they got right now.
Just the point is, it's just like it's still too long. If that was the case, they should have done the heel run closer to the mid October. You know what I'm saying? All the way to November, but we'll see.
Especially because it's November 29th. It's deep into November. It's the weekend of Thanksgiving.
That's the issue too. That's just too much, to simmer there, and they're not going to have a lot of good products by then. What else we got?
Once again, we just talked about a heel Jay versus face Roman. That'd be epic.
That would be nice to see a turn of events. Do you still have Roman going over though?
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna have to go with Jay because I feel like he'll have help from the outside. And now it's the roles reverse.
Yeah.
Where at that time, Roman had help. Now Jay has help. And here's one thing. Notice tonight on Raw, the division pointed their hands up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying is the seeds already planned? You know what I mean? Are they gonna make Jey Uso? They're already, putting Jey Uso as the next tribal chief. That's already interesting. That's what I'm saying. The roles has been reversed. I like where this is going.
Look, I think TKO focus on money and power. And my opinion is that I think WWE turn into the UFC business model. I think they raise ticket prices and everything. Mark my words, I think WWE turn into the UFC business model in 2 years or 3 years from now. It's not that long, dude. It's already happening. I hate to break it to you. It's already happening.
I mean,
no, dude. Me being a UFC fan and watching some events and wanting to see some, ticket prices are literally the same. It's not different. It's not a night and day difference as it was before.
Well, I was talking to someone and they still tell me at an event, they still tell me UFC tickets are even priced higher.
Because UFC is their bread and butter. UFC is their thing.
Well,
but pretty much, dude, WWE is not that far behind. It's not going to take them 2 years to get to where UFC is at right now. When they came to United Center, UFC tickets were going for $600 for nosebleeds, $300 for nosebleeds.
I heard it was more because
I was looking into the tickets.
I had a friend that was gonna go, and he said last minute, like, nah.
I was gonna go. I kept looking at tickets. I could show you the text message. I showed my girl. Dude, 300, 600, 450, 400, 300. Never going down from 400, from 300. And I'm talking top nosebleeds. Like, nah, dude, it ain't worth it for me to spend that much. I'll just watch the pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, that's what I've been saying here. Like, it's not even justified for me to spend Mania prices. Tickets on these tickets are just getting ridiculous.
So again, that's what I'm telling you, dude. It's already happening. It's just we're like the frogs in hot water. We never noticed the fact that it was starting to increase until it increased.
I've been noticing. I've been saying this for like since last year that this is just the downfall of WWE. It really is. It's not the downfall of WWE. It's the downfall of the hardcore wrestling fans. Not even hardcore wrestling fan. It's the downfall of wrestling fans in general. That's why if you say no now, don't buy into this stuff, then eventually your voice is going to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're still getting money, they're
Tell
just.
Green sure got to stop going, man.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about those guys. They say they're industry plans. Who knows? Probably, yeah, whatever. Anyways, continue on.
Aries said WWE has ways to go with ticket prices.
Aries said WWE has. Yeah, he did say that. So he's saying that they're going to increase them pretty soon. They're going to keep increasing prices.
We just saw it. We just literally, dude, in 2 days, we're going to see how much more they increased. And this is pre-sale, which is $600 more than what you paid last year.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Aries said that there's still more ways to do it, meaning we're going to get worse throughout the years. I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen within a year, dude.
What I'm getting is from his comment, 2 to 3 years. What he's saying is that in 2 to 3 years, it's going to go worse. So imagine right now we're seeing 1,500. Would you be shocked if that doubled by 2 to 3 years?
Remember, 2 years is going to be in Saudi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 to 3 years is going to double, and it's just going to stick to
not even
those.
2 years anymore. It's a year and X amount of months, dude. It's
But I'm saying in 2 to 3 years,
yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah, those prices are going to be
Saudi was just the tipping point. It was just the domino effect. And I'm sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
But I'm saying like when they return back to the States, if they ever do, it's just going to stick to $3,000 to watch to attend Mania. It's a ridiculous concept. It's not a Super Bowl. It's not a World Series. I just don't think it's going to be justified. Nah, I'm sorry. As a wrestling fan, this is our Super Bowl, but in reality, it's not a Super Bowl. If that makes sense.
It's a regular Thursday night football game.
Well, with the Super Bowl, you get the best of two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best. The same thing with any sports. You get the best of two. We're not getting that right now.
No.
So I don't consider it on the same level no more. Imagine if WrestleMania 17, probably the greatest WrestleMania of all time, and you had the main event between, the two of the best of their eras, The Rock and Austin. Those would be justified for the prices now.
Yes.
And I would be happy because that's pretty much one of the best manias ever to ever, hit. WrestleMania 17 from top to bottom of the card. It was great. What we're getting now last year, no, it's not justify these prices. It really isn't.
You were there.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. It really isn't. So I don't know. I can't agree with this anymore.
Where's Jacob Fatu?
I don't know. We'll probably see him at War Games, hopefully.
Probably we'll see.
Anyone got some missing signs?
Literally, anyone.
Put them in a milk carton.
We should do that next week. That should be our thumbnail. Missing Jacob Fatu with that.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that are not getting any type of views in WWE. So, I mean, what can we do? I mean, that's just the product. See, that's why I said too much wrestlers on a platform. You can't showcase everybody. That's
okay.
Yeah, so that's the bad part is about them oversigning people. What else we got?
I think that AEW needs to focus on their product and not focus on WWE. That's true. What you're saying. That.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're going on the right path, and they are the affordable alternative, and that's what they should advertise. Don't advertise saying cheap, because then you make yourself as a joke,
Especially for the WWE marks out there.
Yeah, put yourself as the affordable, family-oriented. Actually, I want to say oriented.
I want to say family. I want to say affordable.
Well, when you have Darby Allin trying to kill John Moxley with the bag and vice versa. All right, well, look, man, just affordable. But I do see kids at those shows. I do. So
WWE movie maker. Someone bring a sign to the show that says missing Jacob Fatu, $50,000. Reward if you found alive. I'm telling you, that should be our thumbnail next week. Just missing Jacob Fatu, where has been.
I mean, you got $50,000 because I don't know. Hey, with $50,000, shit, I'll find them.
I'll find them too.
Yeah, I need Mania money. Shit. But yeah. I think by War Games we're good. I think I really do think he'll get inserted to War Games.
I think so too.
It makes more sense for him to
It
get a
is.
big spot. Imagine him and Lesnar having their first confrontation.
That'd be badass.
Bro, the whole crowd's gonna fucking react.
I'll
like
react
crazy.
too. I don't care about watching at home. I also react.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be nice to see. But yeah, dude, overall, it's been a good night.
Yeah.
Honestly, thank you guys for the comments. We do
We
appreciate.
really appreciate the comments and the likes. 5 likes, guys.
Yeah.
That means so much to us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Like always, we'll see you next week around the same time. Thank you. You guys have a great night.
Also, last but not least, set the notification bell to let you guys know when we go live. We appreciate you guys. Have a good night.